With how stressful things are in the world, especially lately, recently I've been trying out peaceful mode. With the lack of the challenges associated with normal survival, it allows you to actually relax and focus on creativity of your world. The last we left off in this world, I think we got our fishing pond done over here, and we also need to finish, which this is complete, so this is all good. But we do need to finish ourselves our farm up here. I got a few things I kind of want to do today, just kind of trying to relax a little bit and spend some time in this world and get a few things done. I want to kind of stick to the theme of having no buildings. Um, for the most part, there may be one thing in here that I might add a building. These clumps of trees potentially give way to that. I was kind of going to look for an area, but I may not need to add too much actual construction material outside of like natural things. Like I might put like a platform here, and we'll see. We'll mess around with this. I need to fill in this ground here so that it's nice and safe. I got a few different things I want to do today. Mainly just chill and kind of do what I feel like, but I have a few things to pick from here, so let's get started on that. Now, of course, we need to kind of expand this and get that going. But the first thing I'm kind of thinking we should do is somebody had made, I've seen a couple of comments in the last one that people were saying I should have like a place where I sleep. And a tent is a good idea, but what I'm thinking is better is a like traveler's cart, kind of like one you would see in Vintage Story for the traveler, the nomad or whatever, the trader. And I kind of want to put one of those in here. We should have all the materials and it shouldn't take too long. So I think I'm going to check that one off of our list first. Yeah, mostly spruce, some oak mixed in there too. So let's get started on that. I think that'll be a pretty good thing to focus on real quick. But I need to, before that, let's get ourselves a Wait a minute. Do we have barrels on our dock? Hold on. I usually do that. Okay, we don't. So let's get a barrel over here next to, we'll get a couple of barrels next to the fishing area so that we can kind of look like people are setting up stuff there, potentially. Same thing we kind of have here. Because I don't want there to be any kind of permanent residence in here. There is an idea of something I want to do in a little bit that you guys could see where there might be like somebody overseeing this place. So we'll see about that. But for the most part, I don't want people, this is kind of like a campsite area. People come to just spend, a little bit of time and relax in the world. So that's kind of what I want to keep this spot. Something like that. So we'll have that there so we can drop off fish if we decide to fish a little bit. Good way for levels. I don't know how necessary it is to have levels in this world, but we get a chance to keep our stuff nice and shiny if we feel like doing that. And let's find a spot. I kind of want the traveler's cart to be in this area, and I think maybe right here might be the perfect spot. I don't know how big it's going to be. We're going to have to experiment a little bit. I've never made one of these, but I kind of have a picture in my head. I'm going to pull up a reference image from like a different game. I'm thinking Fable 2 might have a good one if I'm remembering correctly. Now, this is Minecraft, so we may not be able to make it exactly the thing, but the Traveler's Cart in Fable 2 is what I'm going to kind of model this off of. If anybody wants to look that up, feel free. So we're going to use spruce because it's really dark, and then obviously the different variances and wherever our horse can hook up to, we're just going to have like a couple of spots in the front. I feel like that's the best material to use for that, the fences there. And then we'll drop these up there with this. So this should give us enough room to put some things on the wall. And I also want to be creative with the space since it's going to be a small enough area. I also need some oak trap doors for the wheels. But yeah, I want to be creative with the space. So we're going to use some barrels on the walls as well to be able to use as storage, but they'll be a part of the wall. So first things first, we'll try out the three. Maybe I should make the platform first, but it'll be easy to move this stuff. So we're going to do the outside of this block, three there, and outside of this block for the wheels. And as far as how long it's going to be, that is an important question that I don't know the answer to. So I like to do the trapdoors like this. On the bottom, it keeps everything nice and flat without the cart being too close to the ground. We do run into that issue though, but it's all going to be covered. I don't think it's much of a problem. And then we're going to go ahead and just make, oops, nope. We're going to go ahead and just say we do this. How's that looking? Not too shabby, but this probably should be on the bottom. I feel like it's like kind of looks like a structural block. And yeah, we have limited space here, so it's kind of difficult to know how to do this, but I'm going to try like this. and see how this looks. It's so small that it might be just fine. We need to make more. But I think this is actually going to turn out pretty good. I'm kind of shocked. I don't typically do a fantastic job with these kinds of things. So I want a doorway in the middle here that kind of comes down and it looks like something. This may be the most difficult part. It wants it at least 3 wide. So let me get some more trapdoors. And then from here, I'll just act like that's... Yeah, I'm going to have to back this tree up a little bit. Let's cut out the bottom, try to make it look mostly natural like that. That's not actually looking the greatest, but that's okay. We're going to cover up the backside here and maybe throw some trapdoors. Actually, wait a minute. This is where we're going to be able to get a lot of storage right there. Unless I want to do furnaces here, which I might do. See how that looks. Try furnaces here. Gonna look a little off, but we're actually... Ooh, perfect. Hold on a second, guys. We're getting creative here. We're getting a little creative here with how we're gonna get this done. So what I want to do here is make this look like, you know, you can flip the window up, and that'll cover up right there, which is perfect. Put another one right here, and we can do the same thing. I think that'll work just fine because I kind of want it to be all nice and open, but looks like it can close. So that's kind of perfect. I'm actually really happy with that as it stands right there. But we want this thing to be able to get closed up so it can get moved. And we need to... Let's see how we're going to hook this up here. So maybe we'll extend it 1 block. We'll need to do this like that. See what this looks like. Doing something like that. That's going to look good. Okay, so we'll get another trapdoor real quick. Pop that boy right there. And then throw this right here. And that's going to look just fantastic. Now, in order to make this make any amount of sense, it would be nice to just hook up horses there, but I don't find that it's super easy to... For me, when I've made carts, I usually just use these because they just like look fine. And I don't want to have any weird fencing hanging off this to be able to actually attach a lead. So we're going to just leave it like that. Maybe we could hook up some horses like here and then, you know, look like it would go here, but that's how we're going to leave it for now. I don't think there's a good way to throw the bed in here. Where can I put a bed? I don't think I can put a bed in here. I don't think I can get that creative with the space. Well, we'll focus on that in a minute. We could probably maybe put up a tent as well. I know I was kind of avoiding it, but it's not really a huge deal if I have one. Now this door. So the trap doors are going to be kind of perfect for the idea I have for the door. The only thing is, how do I make them look like they can go up? Because I can't really picture how to do that in my head. We might have to get a little bit weird here with a couple different blocks. Maybe some slabs, actually. Let me see. So if I go like this. I mean, we could just do the stairs, I guess. Yeah, I mean, that's fine, right? And that would go up to... Okay. I mean, I like it with that. The fire's here, so we're going to have to move that over to there, I guess. And that's actually perfect. So the only thing I need to do is throw a door on the back, which kind of has to be spruce because everything else looks like this, and that's fine. Or no, we don't. It does not have to be spruce. Let's do oak. I think that'll look good too. Throw in an oak one real quick. Get some lanterns hung up because I don't have any going on right now. Just grab a few. And we're also going to have to re-up on resources here, which a part of something I wanted to get done, getting a strip mine going. Because, like I said, I don't want this to be like a permanent residence thing. But, like, for the people that are going to be working to, like, maintain this area, they'll probably need resources. So they should probably have, like, a strip mine somewhere. So we're going to figure that out. It'll keep it nice and cozy. I don't want to look industrial or anything like that. Maybe just a simple little shack outside of a strip mine. We'll mess with that in a minute. So that's perfect. Now I need that trap door. That's what I'm waiting for here. I mean the door. What am I talking about? Okay. And yeah, as far as this goes, we could just do that, I guess. Should it go inside? I feel like it might be better inside. And then put a little ladder on the back. See what that looks like with like a trap door or something. Quick interruption for some self-promo. If you guys would like to join my Discord server, links in the description. You can hang out over there. I run polls every few days. We chat over there, and I shout out different things. When Wired SMP Season 3 starts, you're going to want to get all the information over there and all stuff like that. So come on down to the Discord server if you want to hang out. Also, if you would like to get a server with friends and you're looking to do that with any kind of mod packs or vanilla or what have you, check the top link in the description, Bisect Hosting. They're pretty good and it helps the channel out a ton with the affiliate link. So thank you guys and appreciate your time. Also, maybe subscribe and leave a like and comment anything that you're thinking about. I would like to hear from you guys. Okay, how is this gonna look? Well, I might have to do it. Oh, no, that's gonna take up that space. Okay, we can't do that. What if I just do? Nope, I can't. Oh my gosh, I don't want this like this. Hold on. What if I did that? Can the ladder go here? No, it's got to be on that side. Oh, that's fine. We'll just not have a ladder. That's okay. We'll just hop up in there. I'm very happy with this. It's a little traveling cart right there. And have that go up to go to just travel out. Have this go up. Maybe that could like fold onto the top or something to like lock it in place. The trapdoor's there. And then move on with your horses and just move to the next thing. I'm actually going to put a thing there so you can close that if you want to. And I missed that. You gotta throw that one there, and then you can close that window if you want to. These ones are on the outside, not actually usable, but you have the option. And that's what I'm talking about. Perfect little cart. Got some storage here. A few that are accessible. Right there, that's 3 barrels. And we might be able, we could have like slipped some in there if we really wanted to. I'm sure it wouldn't look that different from the outside, but I don't really want to have that weird texture in the middle. But I think that's fine. And I call this a success right here. We'll go ahead and throw that on the stove or something. Why not? Or hang it. Yeah. Yeah, slight little hang there. That's perfect. Okay. All right, cool. So, as far as resources go, we're actually not bad. We have some extra diamonds, but I wouldn't mind mining a little bit because we are going to burn through these tools eventually. So I think maybe let's go and get that strip mine going. I had a cave somewhere here that is kind of perfect for what I'm thinking. Is this here? That is actually perfect right there. So yeah, this will work. I'm going to have to clean all this up around here. I'm not going to focus on the outside just yet. We'll actually get into the cave and see if there's any resources down there that we haven't grabbed. And then we'll kind of focus on getting a good way down before we worry about getting the external stuff done. Which this would be quite the thing to get done. Wow, there's a lot of diamonds down there. And iron, holy crap. Gotta get some iron golems and stuff going too. This is gonna require quite a bit of wood. For what I'm thinking. So to make sure that I'm not gonna have to like run out for resources constantly, let me just go grab a bunch. We'll do it with oak. I think it kind of makes sense for this. I'm gonna grab a bunch of oak wood, maybe like a few stacks. And then we'll hop in there to get going on however we're gonna get that done. Which is actually going to be a lot more of a pain than I thought it would be. But I kind of want to have it there so we can have like a good way down. I don't know if we need to stair everything or like have stairs going or anything like that. Obviously water elevators and stuff like that, but I want it to be practical. I want it to make sense. Or, you know, probably a ladder would be the best way of going about this. I'm just thinking of like having a staircase all the way down there is going to be the most annoying thing on the planet. So maybe just having like a tube that makes sense or like one of those towers with the different slats in them is probably going to be the best way of going about this. I'm still going to grab a bunch of wood. I'll grab at least a few stacks of oak wood, and we'll hop in there to get that done. Oh, you know what? Before we continue getting this wood, a lot of people were saying I could get bones from fish. I don't know if that's true on Java because I just got bone meal from killing them, but I know you can fish them up, which is something I forgot. As far as fishing, I think that's maybe what people meant. So while these guys are here, hopefully they stay. Let me go down and fish a little bit and see if I can get a bone to pop up. I feel like that's got to be one of the more common, like, I don't know if you consider that trash loot or if that's considered like, that's definitely not considered treasure. It's probably considered trash. But that's got to be one of the more the common ones there. So I'm gonna fish that up. And if anybody in the comments is gonna be like, hey man, just go into easy mode. I don't want to do that in this world. I'm kind of just trying to keep it strictly peaceful. Sort of the point of this world. And I'll tell you what, something I just realized. I was actually had a little bit of anxiety about a creeper walking up behind me while I was doing this, but they don't exist. This is peaceful mode, which is kind of the point of this video, I suppose. Don't have to worry about those things. You gotta just relax and play the game. Don't get me wrong. I love survival world. I actually love hardcore quite a bit, but it's good to play this occasionally. Okay, I just fished all night and we didn't even get one bone, so that will probably take forever, which is fine. I just want to get this other stuff done before I bother with that. I mean, I can run around killing some fish and seeing if I happen to get bones, but I think it'd be weird if they drop bone meal and bones. Maybe I'll hop in the river and check it out. Oh, there's a lot of fish right here. Yeah, let's hop down here real quick and just see. Oh, that dolphin's gonna make this impossible. Watch, I'm gonna get like I'm gonna immediately get a bone. I'm like, oh, okay, sorry guys. I didn't even get bone meal from any of those. Okay. I'm imagining you just have to end up killing a lot, probably, to get even anything. Maybe it is just random. Okay, I feel bad, like, decimating an entire ocean's worth of fish to find out if I could even get bones. So I'm gonna lay off of this right now, because I can't even eat them. So they're just gonna sit in a chest. Let's focus on getting this wood real quick, and maybe we could look into ways of getting bones later on. If I really have to have a dog, it's not on my list of things I need to get done. If it's not possible, it's not possible. That's fine. All right, we got a bunch of wood. I'm not entirely sure if that's even going to be enough. I mean, we have a lot, so you're probably wondering why. But it's a really deep cave, so I don't know. Let's check it out here. We're gonna have to jump down to the bottom. And then yeah, we'll end up putting stairs in here. This is actually really nice. It's such a perfect thing. We'll put stairs in here, supports and stuff to make it look legitimate. But for now, let's focus on the most annoying part, which is going to be this. So we can kind of back ourselves on where this water is to get a good spot of where we're actually going to want to start. So right next to this column in the corner, or maybe not the corner, there. And then we'll do 5. So 1, 2, 3, and then that there. And then same thing. Just about that big. I mean, we might have enough wood. I'm not too sure, but we have to have these pillars going all the way up, which is going to be just straight wood. And then right in the middle, we're going to have a ladder. Now I can go back up here now that I have my spot. And we should have enough wood to be able to get back up with a ladder if we need to. Thank you very much. Wow, that takes forever. Wow. That's like as slow as lava. What? Okay. Well, I guess I can get the ladders going while I'm waiting for that. So we're just going to get a bunch of ladders to go up that middle one. And then the rest of these is basically going to be like a supported by these little struts that go back and forth. And hopefully I can make that look good. I think if I just have a bunch of stairs on top of each other and then like that, zigzagging all the way up, it'll probably be good. But first things first, we'll get these columns here and then we can focus on the other stuff in a minute. All right, and then we can throw these ladders down. I'm actually going to take this out just so everything that's backing anything that we're going to have is going to be... Why is it so slow? Ugh. All right, good. It's going to be wood behind it. Beautiful. All right, cool. So that works. Can I make that? I can make that. Nice. So yeah, now we just have to kind of like build up all the columns. And then we can work on how that sideways things are going to look. I can't, like the supports. There's the supports. That's what they are. All right, yeah, we might need more wood. I have a feeling because this is going to... Let's go ahead and make all the stairs and see what we have. Yeah, we're going to need more wood. We're absolutely going to need more wood. I'm hoping that these look good. I should experiment with like spruce stairs, but I feel like... No, that's not going to go like that. That would go like that, I think. Okay, we might already need more wood. I think maybe I need to have regular blocks as well. Let me just do this real quick. Or no, wait. Yeah, wait. Why am I so confused? I feel like I definitely need regular blocks. But I like the way that looks. I should definitely try spruce. I don't have any on me. We'll grab some spruce and then we'll grab a little bit more oak so that we can, if we're going to use the oak for this instead of spruce, which you should probably just use spruce. Do I have spruce trees? Oh my God. I don't remember where we got all the spruce before. So We might have to run back over there if we didn't grab any saplings. I feel like I would have grabbed saplings, but I'm not entirely sure. And then on this side, we're gonna do the same thing. Maybe. We'll experiment with this side because you only have one block, so I don't know how the struts are gonna work on that side. I want to keep this mostly natural, so we're gonna throw in the appropriate slabs, maybe like some stone slabs on all these spots to make it look pretty good, and then we'll go ahead and like staircase this with probably this piece with wood. Anything where the grass is, we'll throw in wood, and we'll put supports in different areas, hang up some lanterns along like wood beams and stuff like that, and that's and then barrels all over the place, of course. I don't want to make it look too industrial on the outside, but on the inside, we'll have like a stall here and stuff like that so that it definitely looks like people do work in here, but that's not what this place is for. It's meant to be an oasis, but you have to have resources to be able to, maintain all this. So that's kind of the point. Got a lot and lots of wood here, so actually we might be pretty good on everything. Spruce is probably going to work, to be honest. It always does. It never loses. I just don't want. I'm wondering if it's going to be too brown. Is my main concern really. Why do I not have a? I'm gonna have to periodically come back here as well. I don't know why I don't have lanterns out here. Let's throw one there, and then maybe just have one on the ground here next to the farm. The farmer could have put it there. I tend to put them on these, but we'll see if that works or not. Let me continue to expand this. I want this whole thing filled through the entirety. Do we have other things as well? I should probably mix these in then. Let me be done on the wheat. I have potatoes? I do. Okay. Yeah, let me put this. We'll put some potatoes here. Kind of mix these in. I feel like that's fine. And then the carrots can go in the rest. So we're gonna have to wait for these carrots anyway. And then fill in the rest of that. And I can just let this grow because we don't actually need the crops. The beauty of Peaceful is that you don't have to mess with anything. But the other side of it, which is where the people that say like you should just wait, what did I do with my wheat? Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay. The people that said, you should go in and out of creative or peaceful and survival, that's where, if you're going to do a peaceful world long term, you probably want to do things in peaceful and then go into the other modes to like do other stuff, I feel like. Or you could just world build. Like I said in the last one, this mode is probably really strong for people that kind of want to play in a creative way. So like as if you were playing creative. Oh man, this really lightens up this area, by the way. This looks so nice. To have all this stuff, it makes sense. Like they would have put it in the cart. They could fill all these things up right here and throw them in the cart and then close the door, hop on here with a horse and be on their way out. That's like, oh, man, I love it. But anyway, yeah, I feel like this mode is for people that, like the idea of playing on creative mode, but they, as far as like building without getting hurt and, mobs affecting you or anything like that. People that like that, but want to collect their own materials instead of just being able to have whatever materials you want. I feel like that's what this mode really shines for. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna need some regular, but we'll go ahead. I shouldn't make a bunch of these. I should test it first, so let's test it. Like, we're gonna need that, and then do that, right? No, that ain't right either. What the frick? How do you do this? Maybe I shouldn't have it on the ground first? Or is it slabs? Do I need slabs? Is that gonna make it look better? I'm a little lost here, guys. Start on the ground, do that. No. Or do I just do that? Why was that so hard for me? Hold on a minute. Is that really it? Why was that so difficult? Oh my gosh, why did I struggled so hard with that. Now the thing is we're gonna need to turn back up that way, so we might actually need a block there anyway. And I think I'm gonna do spruce. It just fits so well. I was gonna say throw a barrel down here, but we might not need to. So yeah, I think we do need to have that like that, and then be able to do this. I don't know if this is gonna look right. As the free cam comes in hand. No, that's too thick. Okay, how do we go about this? I can't put a stair, unless I just put another stair on top of that the other way. Is it gonna be that simple? It might be that simple. See this thing right here. What is that? Can we break that? No, that's just all the stairs meeting up. I think that's fine actually, because it's gonna be like that. Gonna be a thicker one there. So I have to turn that around and then go back up. I think that's perfect actually. That's kind of what I'm picturing here. We're gonna go back and forth. So the way to make this look decent, I'm kind of wondering here, is probably to do so I started there, so then the next one start here. And then the next one, I suppose should probably match that. So we'll start here. But I think I figured out how to do this. So we're gonna go all the way up on all these sides and make all these stairs here. Because it's only stairs, right? Yeah, it's only stairs. Okay, so we don't need to hold any blocks. And hopefully we have enough wood. I don't know. All right, we got her done right here. Before I continue down there, I actually want to throw something up here. You gotta love spruce trapdoors. They just fit everywhere. And I was doing this, and I was like, you know what? That should go there and there. And I should probably throw it on here as well, since that's exposed. Perfect. Okay. I am extremely happy with this. This is exactly what I was picturing. The only thing we are missing down there. Wow, it's dark. Do I have? Okay, let me just make more torches since I have all this. We need to throw some torches in. The way we're gonna do that is putting down some fences on the front side here. I think only the front side really be making any sense, and hopefully I can just hang them from different spots. I'm thinking middle one we put every middle one on this side. So there, 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 and there. Okay. And this should be easy enough since we have the ladder right here. That should be perfect. And it doesn't need to line up with anything. Maybe we'll put on this top stair so I can get some light from the outside. And then every one, top stair. Oh, maybe every other one. That's going to be too much. So that one, we didn't need 9. We got that one, skip that one, do this one. That's what we're going to do. Skip there. Perfect. And here we actually get to change this a little bit. We'll go ahead and throw a beam right here. And then it can start right there. There we go. That's exactly what I was picturing when I put this in, or when I was thinking of doing this. Perfect. I'm really happy with that. That's nice. Okay, so that's way easier. A staircase would have taken so much more material. We had so many beams going up. It probably would have been ugly too by the time I got done with it, to be honest. And I was about to eat something in Minecraft, but I kind of forgot you don't need to do that. So yeah, that's nice. Now all we have to worry about is the top part. Before I do that, I'm gonna grab up a bunch of this iron here, down here. Because I want to get some iron golems going up top. We have a pumpkin farm. We have shears, obviously. That's easy to make to get the jack-o'-lanterns and stuff going. So I want to get a bunch of iron golems. Not a bunch, maybe like, I don't know, 4 of them running around. But it does take quite a bit of iron. How much does that take? 4 times 9 is 36. So a little over 2 stacks of iron to do that. Yeah, let's just grab like 2 stacks. Why not? There's iron everywhere. We could probably get 2 stacks. All right, now we just have to smelt up this iron, and then we can get going on getting some iron golems running around here. I do want more life going on in here. We got the different animals running around. We got some cats and stuff, but I think some things that walk around would be nice. For those that didn't see the last episode, I had this here, which I may, put glass over and then put some snowmen in, to have some things that lived here, but it rained and I didn't realize that killed them until it happened. Okay, now I don't know how much you can have. I'm assuming that's definitely not going to be enough. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Oh boy, that's not going to be enough. Okay, we're going to use regular fuel for this. I think we only need like 8 actually, so we'll do that. That way I can fish and maybe we can get luck with some bones and stuff because I know you can fish them up. It's just going to take forever. I feel like it's something that we need to do while we're waiting for things in this world, and that's fine by me. Yeah, I'm going to go fishing for a little bit, and then we'll come back and get some iron golems going. Stop by the pumpkin farm and grab their heads. And I'll put them like random places. We'll put like one here, one in the middle there by our camp, one in that corner, like one over there. That way they'll like kind of make their way around. Or maybe one by the mine. Areas that we're gonna be. Hopefully they don't like run off into nothingness and then like, over the mountain or something like the rest of the animals do in this valley. All right, we got our 2 stacks here, which should be enough. Let me just make sure we got all that we need. Perfect. Okay, and then let's make. We just need 8. No, what am I talking about? We need 16. Oh wow, that's so much. We don't need. Yeah, we need 16 of them, which leaves us with enough. I feel like we should. Do we not have any more? Well, there's plenty more iron down there. I guess we'll have to stock up on getting more of that here in a moment once we get our mine situated. But before we do that, we're going to grab 4. I don't want to spend. I know I've made shears, so I don't want to spend more of my iron on that. Perfect. Get 4 jack-o'-lanterns from our pumpkin farm and throw down the guys. We could have one of them guarding our camp, one of them guarding the farm here. Yeah, throw him down right here to protect this. Perfect. I haven't made one of those in so long that I don't even know if that achievement was even a thing when I made it. I've never seen that achievement, I feel like. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. But I feel like I've never seen that before. But we have some of this ready because this is going to be our biggest. I could probably extend a little bit more potatoes, but I feel like we need to have. Yeah, we'll do like potatoes up to here, maybe. Like to there. I don't want to have a hard line. Maybe like something like that. And then the rest of it can be carrots. Any of this ready? None of them ready. Okay. Yeah, we got him down. Thank you, buddy, for protecting our stuff. Don't jump on my crops. I appreciate it. We'll have one of them guarding our camp. Have our friend right here. Does that count as a block? That must count as a block. Hello, buddy. Thank you for protecting our camp. I guess I could have one at the fish pond, right? I suppose. Why not? Have him just on the road here. Hello? And one of them guarding, hopefully staying around to guard our mine here. Hello, buddy. Thank you for protecting the mine. I appreciate you. So now for some kind of interior on this mine. Nothing fancy, like I said. Maybe we could have like a few piles of cobble in different areas. Let me like kind of, I don't know, let's throw some piles of cobble right there and there to kind of narrow it up, and like this would make sense. There'd be piles of rock in places. Something like that. And then I can also, if I had furnaces, we could probably put some in here, so we'll do that. Let's do like furnaces here, maybe. Everything can kind of just be staggered around as if there was like no better place to put it. And we do have a bunch of wood on us as well, so that kind of helps to be able to do the barrels in places. And then we need to smelt up some stone here real quick to get the slabs going on. Oh, sweet. He's coming down here. Nice. Which means we'll have to adjust this path. And anything that we're going to use, so for the dirt right here, we'll actually do... oops, no. We're going to do some stairs with the wood here, or the spruce wood. Because our man-made thing down there and all the beams that we're going to have going across are all going to be made from, like, dark wood. Spruce wood and oak logs, which are going to be just as dark as this wood. So let me actually mess around here. So I think maybe we'll do a support beam right there. Any support beam we'll hang some lanterns from, which I have a few of them, to light this place up quite a bit. And then I don't want this to be attached like that. I want it to just go all the way through like that. Throw one there. Again, all the way through. Okay. So that's good. And then we should have some beams going down, like maybe one in the middle here, potentially. I feel like it's going to be like an intrusive area, I feel like, if I put it somewhere, but maybe we'll move the cobble here. Yeah, something like that. And then I can do stairs on the top. No! Ah, crap. All right, I got to put the stone there because I didn't want to waste the stone on this, but it's going to look really stupid. And let me throw some trapdoors. Trapdoors always work. I feel like that's going to be better than a slab. Yeah. All right, trapdoors there. Okay, so stairs all the way up like that. Got these different places with the wood going on. I don't really find another place I could put this to make any sense. And I'm actually going to move this over just one, so it's not too claustrophobic in here. Get some slabs going on here. Probably don't need too many. And then I'll do buttons for like rocks around. I want to actually put these rocks around like the rock piles. Nope, that's not. Ooh, and you know what? Let's throw some of these down too to make them look more like piles. I think that looks pretty good. All right, and then we'll have to adjust here a little bit. I think just having, that's fine. And I'll put one here too, just so it makes it easy to go around this thing. And we're gonna have to adjust this actually. So we need 2 blocks each, so we're gonna have to do that like this. Hopefully this doesn't push it back enough that this doesn't make any sense. I mean, I could do stone stairs. I just don't think that would really work. It might have to here. I'm glad they added all these variations. It's really nice that they did that. All right, so I could put one there, and okay, we might just have to throw stairs here. I'll leave that there, but the rest might have to be stairs because this is not working. And it just makes it easier to do the stairs. It doesn't look too bad, to be honest. And that looks pretty good. It's just a little bit. That's all you need is... Oh, wait. All you need is just a little bit of stuff to make it look like an area that's being worked in, which is nice. So then we just need a small little hut right here. We're going to have to take out this pumpkin and just a small little hut like right here, and we can extend our path over here as well. People are clearly going to be coming from this area. We'll make it look a little bit dirtier. Oh, yeah, they don't attack because it's peaceful. I was like, oh no, we're dead. No, they don't attack. Okay, that's actually kind of nice. Okay, we're going to have this go just sloppy path over here. And then we'll make it look nice and dirty as we get over to this side, like from here. So for here, I'll start to break it up quite a bit, actually, with like different pieces of cobble, and then slowly make it dissipate like that. We'll do like cobble and gravel. And that might actually be good enough. Let's do like this. Bam, 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 bam. Nope. And then, yeah, that looks like really dirty right here. And then the further you get away from it. And I could probably make it look a little messy on the outside as well. Some of this stuff going on the outside. Just piles of like different stuff. Just a little bit. I want this area to stay nice, so I don't want to like extend it too far from here, but a little bit of that going on, having some barrels on the outside as well, and then having a few different barrels, maybe like in the corner here like this or something. All right, so yeah, let's just throw a pile here. Don't want to clunk up the pathway, but it is supposed to be a tight little area, so I'll do that. And then we can throw up some right next to where this hut's going to be. Very small hut. And I'm actually going to use a block that I have never used before. And I always kind of forget about it, to be honest with you. Yeah, do like that. And then maybe like some more right here. I always forget about this block. It's the shelf stuff. Can I see, like, what is it called? Shelf? Is it literally just a shelf? I'm going to have to look this one up, I think. Okay, I should definitely have this recipe unlocked because I have stripped logs before, so I hope it's not like something that I don't have access to in this version. I feel like this should have been out a while ago. Oh, there it is. What? You have to strip 6 logs? Okay. I wanted why did I just do this with I did okay. Maybe we'll make this not spruce looking. So I'm gonna utilize this because I feel like it's gonna be the best thing to make it look not so or to like kind of keep the profile low. Like that's just nice. I mean, come on. That's so nice. So that's like the perfect thing to build this on. And our trouble is going to be what is going to be on top of it. Or like the fencing maybe is gonna look weird on this. Maybe. Let's see here. Another crafting table everywhere. Gotta have crafting tables all over the place. We'll throw it in the back here. Let's make his little area. Get rid of these flowers. Okay, how does a fence look? No, that is not it at all. All right. Trap door? Trap door. Yeah, trap door's fine. I guess that could probably be enough to support a small little roof that we're gonna add here. And then we'll do, of course, actually, might make this part spruce just to give it a little bit of a different color. And you know what? Actually, I wasn't liking that at first, but that might actually work. And like that. Oh yeah. Very, very, very simple. That's kind of what this whole world is about, honestly. Just simple stuff here. And then I might actually make it a little enclosed area. So let's do some fence gates. And then we can put that there, which doesn't quite line up. That's actually annoying. That sucks. What about a door? I imagine I can get a door to line up. I don't know. Yeah, it does. That's fine. All right, let's make a couple more. Oh, that's such a nice little hut. That's so nice. Might have to tear down this tree, though, unfortunately. I kind of wanted it to be close like that, but we could potentially throw some bushes back here if it really doesn't look good without being shaded in that way. And yeah, we're just going to make this nice and easy. We'll do... Why do I have these? I got to put these back down. Inventory is completely full. We got to run around getting rid of some stuff. Actually, there's going to be a couple of ways we could do this here. So first thing I'm thinking is to try just closing it off right here, which is obviously possible, but how it's going to look on the roof is what I'm kind of questioning. I suppose if I just put a trap door here, it would kind of fit with everything else. Because the door will be holding up this side, I suppose. Let's just look at it. No, I don't. I want it to line up. So what we're gonna do here is actually need another 6 of these. And then, which we might not actually needed 6 more of these, actually. Do that, and then we'll go around like this. That way it's pretty much the exact same thing on the front and the back. So we can throw that and this one over here. That way, look, he can go right out, grab his stock here, and then he's got more on this side as well. So it's actually perfect. Did I extend that one on the front? No, and it looks good. Okay. We'll leave that just like that. And can I throw this there? Perfect. Oh, that's nice. This is a nice little hut. I actually will go ahead and throw in... Let's actually take these out. Or no, should I take those out? No, I'll leave those because it just looks better. And I'll throw these like that. And we'll have to get one more. Bam. Now he's got some storage inside. That's a nice little hut. I'm actually shocked. I seen these the other day. Well, I've seen them for quite a while. I just forgot about them. And I was like, man, that would make a nice window, a balcony thing. Having this on the outside of a balcony with like a trapdoor as the floor. And just that way it could like go right there. Bam, bam, bam. And then one on this side. And it'd be perfect for like a small little balcony. I don't think there's any other block that you could do that with. I mean, you could do it with trapdoors, but this is just a little bit thicker. And then the trapdoors in the bottom is a different thing as well. So I actually am gonna start using these in builds because these are really nice. I mean, even just to have like on the bottom of the floor in a house be like a baseboard. I mean, it'd be a pretty thick baseboard, but it might look really nice with like a different make the walls look nice. Anyway, yeah, I am very, very happy with these right here, and this turned out quite good. I'm making a couple of things here. I'm shocked. Normally, I have to think a lot more before for making things, and they don't turn out quite as good as something like this. It's very simple, but it's nice. Just same as the cart over there. I love that cart. I'm probably going to use that and this in other worlds because those are really nice. And here's our little mine all the way down here. Man, this world is getting flushed out. Very nice. So, yeah, now I'm gonna go mining a little bit and, get a little bit more iron that's down in the cave here. You can see plenty of it as we go down. And then I might go down to another level and get the diamonds that I was seeing as well. I think those are probably just right over that ledge there. Where are they at? I know I saw them in here. Bunch of iron. We're gonna grab, like, maybe another stack, and then we can go down there and get all those diamonds, which there's no way down. I may have to build another one of those at some point, but I'm not gonna do that today. That looks oh my god, that bat scared the living hell out of me. Jesus. Wow, you scared me, dude. Don't do that. That looks really nice with the light. It didn't look as good, before, but I knew the light would probably, like, really shine. Like, if I go at, like, a distance away, we'll check it out from, like, over here, and then, like, imagine you're in the cave, headed back home here. Been mining all day, and you just see that in the distance. Oh, that's nice. I love that. This world's turning out really good. Let me grab like a stack of iron. If I mean a minimum of a stack. If I end up with more, it's because I kind of just was like mining away. All right, we've gotten quite the haul here. Almost half a stack of diamonds, 25. Over a stack of iron and some lapis and stuff. All kinds of gold around here, by the way. Plenty and plenty of gold that we have going on here. I will come back and grab it later because you can always hop back in here. But I wanted to tell you guys something real quick because it just hit my mind. Peaceful mode is kind of unlocking a sense of creativity that I haven't had in some time, I feel like, or ever, honestly. Because I'm sitting here thinking, and I'm like, sometimes you'll get the 2 week phase with people in a world, and if you're not making YouTube videos, like me, for example, you really struggle to like think, what am I going to be doing? What am I going to be doing in this world? What's the projects that I'll be working on? And something about playing peaceful mode kind of unlocks more motivation to work on projects in a way. Because if you play survival, you can go through that 2 week phase. You know what I mean? You start the world out, and most of what you're doing in the beginning of the world where I saw more diamonds up here. I guess not. Most of what you're doing at the beginning of the world is stuff that is survival based. So, you have to wait. So by the time you get to the point where you're like need to create things, you're kind of just sitting there and you'll like make one build and then you'll be like, all right. And then it's hard to think of things to do. And even if you do, you like, why would I do that? It doesn't help me with anything. But peaceful mode, at least for me, kind of is just the whole point is to build, I feel like. Like, there's not like, you obviously have to get upgraded tools and stuff if you wanna do it quickly, but, like, there's really nothing else to be done. You're not trying to beat the game. You're not even really trying to survive considering your hunger doesn't go down. You can kinda just run around forever if you really wanted to. So the only thing there really is to do is to build your world, flush it out. And since I don't have anything else to do in this world, and I have never had anything else to do other than that, I don't know, it just makes me think of, like, in regular survival, you get diamonds, right? And then you're like, you only get them you use them for what you need, but I was sitting there and I was like, "What would I do with these diamonds? I'm collecting these diamonds, what am I gonna do with them? I probably won't need to replace these tools for a while." And even then, it doesn't take that much. And it's the armor is not necessary, really, like, that's probably gonna take forever to break because nothing's hitting you. So I'm like, "What am I gonna do with these diamonds and the gold and the iron?" And I'm like, "Oh, I could, like, make, like, a vault and have this stuff in it." Maybe this doesn't go with the build I'm doing now, but we could move to a different part of the world and we have this nice valley and then maybe we can create like something else. And it's like all those things are pretty generic ideas as far as Minecraft builds go, but I've never felt the need to do them until I'm playing peaceful now. So it's I don't know, it's pretty nice. I feel like wouldn't want to play peaceful all the time, of course, but to play a peaceful world and then get ideas for things, and then if it helps me at least to get ideas for things, then I feel like that's a really good thing. I could play peaceful, and then I could go and I could run and I could go to a hardcore world that I'm working on. You know, play peaceful to jog my creativity and then go to the hardcore world and do those things. I feel like, I don't know, something like that. I think this is a really cool game mode. If you guys haven't tried it because you're thinking, oh gosh, what's the point? There is somebody that hasn't played it much. This is the only time I played it was the first episode of this world. I'm telling you, you might have an experience that helps you out with other things in Minecraft. So maybe check it out because this is kind of cool. I just kind of had that realization while I was mining, so sorry for the little rant, but I hope it was helpful. I'm very happy with this whole mining thing, though. This turned out a lot better than I thought it would. Even this area here, like, it's so simple, everything that I did here, but it looks pretty good. Just enough here. Oh, man. So happy with this world. All right, so we have a few more projects that I kind of feel like doing in this world. I'm going to go ahead and get myself situated on organizing my inventory here. And then we'll go ahead with a few of these other ones. I mean, I do need to also get a diamond sword. Like, what am I doing? I feel like I should have already made one of these, but I guess I didn't. Throw that in there. And yeah, we're doing quite well on resources. I'll actually take that out. Yeah. Put it in here. And we can store away all of this stuff because I think what I want to do next is focus on a well. We have our water sources here. I have a little pond. I mean, this is a pond. We have our pond here and our very little small pond here with a couple fish in it. But, you know, for like a drinking well, I think it'd be pretty cool to have one. So I'm going to think right here might be perfect, mainly because it will be easy to just chop this tree down and let it go away and then put a well here, but also because it's pretty centered on everything. It's right next to the camp. And more people can camp here and let's see, like right here and stuff. So it's really close to a couple areas that could be good for camping. And I think it's a good spot for it. So that's where we're going to put it. And I mainly need probably stone for that. I'll need some wood for like the roof and stuff. That's going to go above it. Very simple thing we're going to do, just like everything else. Nice and chill, but I do need to have, I want a rock base. That's kind of what I'm picturing. Yeah, we got 40 diamonds, got a bunch of iron, quite a bit actually. A little bit of lapis from that trip. We're doing quite well. Very happy with the progress on this. And this is kind of like a jumbled mess, but at the same time, I feel like it's what it would be in a way, sort of. I mean, it's slightly organized, but like a real person carting around a bunch of stuff, they're going to have like a bunch of stuff in different things, like sort of organized that you might know to which bin to look in. But for the most part, nobody's perfect, especially outside of a video game. Get a little lazy. Throw a couple things in here or there. So yeah, let's try a variation of some stones around a perfect. I mean, we need to dig down a little bit too, so does it matter? Hold on a minute. I want to see. Let me just do like some random stones. Some kind of a jumbled mess like that. Like it could be a little sloppy in certain spots, like there and maybe here. Just kind of give it like it's been here a little while kind of look. As far as like, ooh, actually the corners might not be able to be. We'll mess around with how we're gonna do the roof here in a second, but I'm gonna put down this, and we'll dig down a little bit because it's obviously going to be a well. We'll make it super deep, but I think that'll probably get the point across right there. It's a little well. Maybe go down a little bit more. And yeah, we obviously need to have a roof, or we don't need to have a roof, I suppose. Rainwater can go in here, that's not a problem. As long as we have something where the bucket can go down, I think that's fine. With, of course, that's going to have to be some chain, which I think I remember the recipe for that is this, I believe. Yep. Got a couple chains going down. I think that's all I need is a couple chains. I'm not sure. Oh, nope. I knew I was forgetting something. Yeah, this here. Nope, not that. Does it have to go up one more? That. We're going to have to fill that with water. And then, of course, if I remember the recipe for this, can I see grindstone? Yes. Okay, what is that? We need a slab that we don't have right now, of course. That makes sense. I'll take that. Grindstone. Oh, that's all we needed. Perfect. Okay. And what am I going to use? Let's do... Is there stone walls? I don't know why there's no stone walls, but there are cobblestone walls. And then we could probably get some of these to fill the place of it, I suppose. Andesite would be nice here too. I don't know if I have any. I do not. I've probably been throwing it out. That's okay. But yeah, we'll do like this. Maybe like here. And then I'm trying to, let's see about this. I'm not sure. I should probably actually get, I don't have enough, so I'm not going to bother with it. We'll do just what we've been doing here. Maybe try this, see what that looks like. Yep, and then throw this down. It's going to be off-centered, unfortunately. I didn't really think about that, but that's fine, right? I mean, it could be off-centered. That's no big deal. So one chain will do, along with this, which I think you could just... How do you do this? You just put it in the bottom of this? Yes. Okay, cool. So then that'll do that, and then we fill it up with water. And that's what I'm talking about. Ah, can't do that. Okay, but that's fine. It's not going to be practical, but it will look very nice. And it does look quite nice. I actually am really happy with that. Looks pretty good. Okay, cool. So we got our little well there. That's a good addition to this little camp area. I like adding like little things like this. I've been really fiddling around with that on like my second channel, Hardcore World. You can check that out if you want to, link in the description. And I kind of like this world because most of these are just little tiny builds all put together into one thing, which I guess is kind of what everything else is outside of like big buildings, like mega bases are one big build, so not quite. But like a town is just a bunch of small buildings and stuff like that, so not too far off. I gotta get a different perspective on that kind of stuff to like it a little bit more, I suppose. So yeah, let's throw... I already have a stone chest. I guess we'll use this. Throw all of our stone in there. Get rid of the dirt. Kind of just throwing stuff places. I could probably put that in our furnaces. Nope. Lots of iron, which is good because we were getting low on that. Okay, so now we do need a place to sleep. I mean, we don't have to sleep in this world, which is nice. I haven't really been doing it. But we do need a little tent, which I think I'm going to kind of shove off in the corner, like over here. I've never made a tent. So we're going to have to see what I can come up with. I know what a tent looks like, obviously, but we might have to take some creative liberties on this one as far as like what kind of tent we're going to have here. So I'll have to grab some wool. We do have these guys running around somewhere. I'll actually make it daytime here just to have a better time of looking for them. But we'll go ahead and shear what we can up. I don't think we're going to need an insane amount. I can kind of picture what I'm going to do, sort of, and hopefully it looks good. But like I said, I've never made a tent. I have so much trouble with those kinds of builds that involve wool. And where are these sheep? I brought sheep here. All the animals, man, they run up the mountain. Here's some sheep. Let's run around and shear some sheep. Till we have, I don't know, maybe like a few. Maybe 20. Start there. All right, we got our 20. I need to find some flowers that I can dye this with. I'll take this, I guess, while I'm here. I've been picking up some. Oh, there's some over there. I wanted to do white, but we'll have to do light gray because there's no way for me to get... There's probably a different way to get white dye outside of bone meal, but I really don't know, and I don't want to Google it, so that's where we're at. And I'll just use this because that's fine. A light gray tent is just as fine as a regular one. Or a white one, I guess. Honestly, probably makes more sense. I don't think I see too many white tents. Okay, so the thing with a tent is it's got to be compact, so it doesn't need to be very tall. I really have no idea how to go about this. We're gonna use oak instead of spruce for once here, and then I'll need to get some fences real quick. And I'm not sure what else I'm going to need, but we'll mess around. So let's do. I'm really gonna have to fiddle with this. I'm feeling like I kind of want to make it fall down, but that ain't it. Okay, that ain't it either. I might have to cruise Pinterest for some Minecraft tent ideas. I don't want to rip anything straight, but I tell you, I'm struggling so hard on this that I really needed to have some inspiration on what people do for tents because, man, I don't. That is not it. That's just not it compared to everything else that we've done here. That is definitely not it. Okay, I see what we can do. I want to keep it super simple, so this probably is gonna work. I'm gonna throw the Pinterest post up just because it was kind of hard not to use the exact shape for this. I mean, we could maybe change it up a little bit, but uh, yeah, I'm pretty much using the exact shape here. So I'll throw the Pinterest post up here for the one I found for this. A little bit of credit there where it's due, and I do need to get a little bit more wool as well. I do think the different colors makes it look a lot better, so I'm gonna not do the same stripe pattern that was in that picture, but I do want to try to add some kind of trimming maybe on this thing. Potentially the bottom could be a different color, and the top. Let's see what that looks like. I think that'll look good. Let me get more white wool. Beautiful. Okay, now we just need to put a couple little things in here, such as our bed, obviously, which is over here. And maybe we'll color our bed. I don't want to get rid of any of these flowers. I guess I don't I don't want to have a pink bed, but this is the one that's nearby here. Oh, there's a red. No, we'll do a red bed. I want to do a red bed. Classic red bed in this cozy world. Very nice. There we go. Yeah, red bed, can't beat it. I feel like I never really use the red bed anymore. Just because you have other options, and I didn't finish this. But man, it's very nice. So we'll put the red bed like bed right there. We can get a barrel in here for some storage, maybe a crafting table, because it is like our little place to call home here. So I might as well. I'll put it there, I guess, so I don't block the water. No, 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 no. We'll put it. It's supposed to be tight. It's supposed to be tight. So we'll put that there, like that, and then we can throw a lantern on there. I don't know if we have any extra ones or if we used all of them. Check. Definitely used all of them. So throw in a lantern. I would put a fireplace, but our fireplace is right here. Maybe it doesn't make sense because it's so far from the tent, but I think it's fine. We're obviously not in a cold climate here. That's perfect. That's exactly what I was picturing. Just a small, little, nice, simple tent into the corner here where we actually sleep. And I would love to have fit it in here, obviously, but I don't know how I would have done that where it made any sense. I mean, technically, could have put it here, but I think it would have ruined the whole, like, way this thing goes because the wall here is not going to close up in here. It would be closing up here. So I could have put it in here, but I think it would have kind of ruined the way that you walk in and out of this thing. So I don't want to do that. This world is really filling out. I'm super happy with it. I've said that like 5 times, but you know what? I'm just kind of happy with how everything's turning out. I should lower this down one level. Can I do that real quick? Do I have more buckets? I had a bunch of buckets on me. Yes, I do. Okay. We're going to lower that down one real quick. Oh, apparently it doesn't do it, but we have enough buckets here to... Bam, 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 bam. All right. Yeah, I feel like that shouldn't be... Are you kidding? Really? I feel like that's more in line with what it should be, so let's go ahead and fill up our cauldron again. But yeah, one thing I want to get done for sure today is getting our snowman back, because I kind of feel horrible about how that all ended up. these poor snowmen just melted in the snow or in the rain, which is a little weird, honestly, that that's the only thing that affects them is the rain. I guess it makes sense because you'd want the player to have them in a biome if they want it to be, but it's just kind of funny that that's the thing that affects them specifically, not like the sun or anything. But whatever, that's fine. Let's go get some glass because we haven't actually used any glass in this world, and then we can cover them up before having to get more of them, and then hopefully fill in that whole area, make it look nice for them. So they have like a little spot for themselves to hang out. Just need to get some sand from the beach over here, and we should be good. I don't think I'll need like a crazy amount. Unfortunately, we can't use any panes for this because it has to go over top of them. So we do have to grab maybe like, I don't know, a good sized layer. Maybe this layer right here. Grab that and call it a day. If you guys would like me to continue this world, please leave a comment down below. I'm not sure exactly what I do. Maybe we'll move on from our little oasis and go somewhere else, or move to like the other side of the valley over here to work on other things. I am, like I said, pretty fond of peaceful at this point. It's kind of nice to just specifically purely focus on creativity stuff, which you can do in survival with just the fact that you'll die is not really a huge deal. But hardcore, it's just you have to kind of focus on being set on not dying too, because obviously the world will end. So it's something that I've thought about quite a bit after playing peaceful a few times here. Just kind of sitting here being like, dang, I just focused on these specific things, and that's really cool. So yeah, leave a comment down below if you guys want me to continue playing on this world occasionally. Obviously, you know my channel, it's playing around and doing a bunch of different stuff. So if I can incorporate it into a video, I will be sure to do that. All right, that's probably plenty. I feel like like I feel like a stack and a half might cover that hole. I don't want to make it like a dome or anything. Maybe go up a layer or two. It doesn't have to be like a perfect circle. Honestly, it doesn't have to be too fancy. I just kind of want them to be able to be there because I think it'd be cool to have them. Maybe at some point we could like change the surrounding area as well. Get some spruce trees over there. Well, we have some here, but you know what I'm saying. Like specifically put some snow layers and stuff around. Obviously, if it rains, it gets rid of that. So it is a little difficult to be able to permanently leave anything like that. But I think if we cover in some like aesthetically pleasing way, if we cover that area with like a shade of some kind, it should be fine on top of what we're doing at the moment. And something I did see, which I will go ahead and share as well from a Pinterest post. This I will take no creativity or no creative liberties on. This is something that I don't think I would have come up with in any shape or form at all. It's like a water pump, and I want to put it right next to this thing because I think that'd be really, really cool. We will change it a little bit because I don't have any pottery stuff, and I don't know. Oh, why didn't I just make it a rail cart? Jesus. I'm not entirely sure on how to go about that, but we can make the glass pane for the water, which is such a cool design. Like, who comes up with this stuff, honestly? And then I do need to grab some andesite, which should be really, really easy to get. Yeah, thanks to Average Tuna for the really, really cool build here, because I do want to interpret this. Like, some things you just can't come up with on your own, honestly. Or even, like, I don't even think how I could change this, how it would even be any better, honestly. All right, we got a lot of granite here. Oh, there's some andesite. I don't want to mess up our, like, cave area, but we can cover this up with something else, I think. Some cobble would be fine, I suppose. I only need 4, so... Nope. Nope. Let's put that back, and then we'll just, like, put the cobble over it and see what that looks like. I don't know. Yeah, that's fine. Like, having little cracks and everything is not a bad thing, because that's kind of, caves collapse and stuff, so it makes a little bit of sense, and you gotta, like, fill in holes and things like that. And another grindstone, which hopefully I have another stone slab up here. Cannot remember. I think I might have used them all on this. Hopefully I didn't. I didn't. Beautiful. Okay, so we should have everything we need for the grindstone. Never do I remember the recipe, and I don't have what I need anyway. Well, I do. It's just not in the right form. That should do it right there. There it is. Beautiful. Okay, so it's very simple, honestly. Like I could I know where do I want to put it? Put it like right here, maybe? I do need some fences, but that's okay. We'll get that in just a minute. Like that. And then nope. That. Bam. Bam. And a cauldron. I've never messed with any of the pottery stuff. I gotta stop. Why do I keep doing that? So I don't want to really start right this minute. So we'll just do that because that's just fine with me. Anybody can fill up their water from the cauldron there. Why did I just why did I just do that? All right. Perfect. I love that a lot. And we will actually throw the fencing on the back because I feel like that's kind of necessary. I could try this real quick. See what this looks like instead to change it just ever so slightly. Yeah, I like that. We'll make that little change. Wow, that's nice. Okay, cool. I'm very happy with that. Um, Not often I take build stuff that I've seen and don't change it at all. So thank you for Average Tuna for having a perfect build. Appreciate it. Okay, we probably have enough here to get this going. And we do have to take the snow out of here for some snow golems, which is, I guess maybe I would have enough on the ground. Let me fill in the top first because I'm going to want an entrance anyway. And we'll go around this thing. Like I said, I don't want to make a dome. I think I'm just going to go around this like this, and then we can go up maybe a few levels and go about it that way, possibly. I do want them to have enough room to get around, so I don't want to go any lower than that. I also don't want to have to change any of the surrounding vegetation or landscape or anything like that to put this in, so hopefully I don't have to, and it doesn't look like I do. Beautiful. That's exactly what I want. Doesn't have to be fancy. It's just got to look decent. And I think it does. Let's go ahead and we're going to put this here. We'll get a little trap door going, maybe some ladders. And that way we can get in and out. And I don't think they can get out like that. We'll put this right here. Yeah, that'll work. Bam, bam. And of course, a trap door. And rain doesn't get through trap doors, so everything should be good there. Now, we can't torch this up. So that's a problem. And I don't think we can lantern it. So we can't light this up. But I'm sure they're not going to mind. I wonder if I could do... I don't think you could do like a jack-o'-lantern either. But I might test that. Okay, and we do need some pumpkins for the jack-o'-lantern. No, that's not. It's just a carved pumpkin without the torch in it, I'm pretty sure. Let's find out. I will take... let's do like 5 maybe. I think that might be good enough. It might even be too much, but we'll see. I think it'll be nice to have these guys around here. I liked having them the first time, but obviously it didn't work out so well, and luckily these guys are definitely going to be protected, so I'm not going to complain about that too much. Bam. Thank you. Doop doop. There we go. And they'll end up spreading out the rest of the snow as well, so we can just grab the rest here that we need. Thank you, guys. Can you... Yeah, thank you very much. I don't think they can go up ladders, so I don't even know if I have to worry about closing that, but I will just in case. I don't want any of these guys to get hurt. All right, and one more friend for you guys. I appreciate everybody stopping by. How you guys doing? Spreading some snow. I wish I had some snow that could fall from the sky, but unfortunately I don't have that ability. Hello, buddy. And you won't have much use because mobs aren't a thing, but you guys can enjoy each other's company and liven up the world a little bit, so thank you. Can you go up this ladder? Can you get out of there? Thank you very much. All right. Now we can stop by and look at these guys anytime we want to see them. And it's pretty obvious, too, to be honest, that it's here. I would put some snow layers on top of this, but it would obviously just melt. So there's really no point. And I don't think there's any way to get, like, ice. If you put water in there, they would just... Or you can get packed ice, I guess. or whatever. I might end up throwing that in there if we hop on this world again, but I think they look pretty happy. I don't know. Nothing to complain about, I suppose. Go to sleep, though. Check them out in the daytime. Oh, yeah, you guys look good. Only problem here is I just envision the sun going up a little bit and then just roasting these guys alive. I know it doesn't work like that, but that's just how I'm going to feel. We'll just assume they have some, like, AC in there. Ooh, actually, wait a minute. Let's do that. Let's add a little AC, right? Let's put some AC vents. And the only thing I can think of that really looks like an AC vent that I just hit in my head here, we'll need some smooth stone. Do I have more cobble in here? Wow. We're broke on cobble? Are you serious? Okay. I think that'll be enough. We'll put like 2. We only need 6. And some of you might already know what I'm going to do because the recipe specifically calls for smooth stone. That's right. We're going to use some of the blast furnaces. I think those would look like vents. I mean, it could look a little off. I just picturing the little window. So I'm not completely positive. I'm picturing that little window, or like the vent looking thing where like the grates are. But if there's an opening on the bottom, it might look a little weird. Or wait, is it 5 smooth stone? I don't have. Hold on, let me just dig into this little mountain right here. Yeah, I'll give some of this. I need like 1 more. I can never. No, I think it's 3, and then it's mostly iron. I think. Let's find out. Bam. Bam. Yes. Oh, that's perfect. Look. Tell me that doesn't look like a vent. I'm going to put that on the side. That is literally a vent. That's perfect. If I ever make like an actual industrial build, which I probably will do at some point because it's something I've always wanted to do. I've just never been good enough at building. But I'm getting better, guys. I'm getting better. I am getting better. If I ever do that, then I got to make sure that I put these little AC vents in because that is definitely an AC vent. So we'll put 2 of these in so that we can pretend like these guys are getting blasted with cold air in order to keep them good and the ice or the snow all snowy. We'll put 1 here and 1 over here. Perfect. That is so event. Oh, that's amazing. I love that. Okay, cool. That is exactly what that is. If there's no fire in the window, it's pretty much a vent. I'm sure somebody's used that because people are extremely creative. Just flipping through Pinterest, like for certain ideas all the time that I do now, like this. Who came up with this? Like that's crazy. I feel like you got to be sitting there for hours in like a creative world, just fiddling around with stuff. Or like you have an idea. I'm like, I'm going to build this. How do I do it? Like this can be used for so much. I seen a wheelbarrow. Somebody made a wheelbarrow. I want to say wheelbarrow, but I know it's a wheelbarrow. But yeah, somebody made that. It's like, dude, that's crazy. Man, I love this world. I'm very happy with this. If you guys are interested, I kind of thought of an idea for a video on how peaceful mode should have been made with like a mod that allows for mobs to spawn but they don't hurt you, and maybe a couple other maybe a couple other mods. Let me know if you guys are interested in that because that's kind of something that I was thinking of doing at some point. It won't be my next video, but that's kind of something I was thinking about. So let me know if you guys like the sound of that. Did I put all this stuff on here? There we go. So yeah, I think I got the farm good. I got the snow thing situated. Let's run through here real quick and see everything we did today. So we got the farm all finished. We just did the snow thing, obviously, but I kind of want to see as we go by. Yeah, that looks good. I don't want like a direct path to this. It's kind of off to the side in the trees. I like that. And oh, the AC. See, that makes me feel so much better. Like just having the snow in there didn't look right, but having these little AC vents is definitely the way to go. But I want to walk the path, see what it would feel like. I love this thing so much. I'm very happy with how that turned out. Extremely happy with how this turned out. That is very nice. And this, oh, this is just piece de resistance. Oh, right here. Beautiful. I love this build. Very happy because I had nothing but a Fable 2 screenshot for this, and it's very simple too. People probably made something extremely similar to this, but it's kind of what I was picturing, and I'm happy that I could do it without having to look anything up. Got our tent here, which is very nice and cozy. Our pond we didn't touch. Got a little well here. Thank you so much to the Pinterest post on that one. But this thing's very nice too. Simple as ever, but it is. And And then we got our mine here. We got our little mine, which I'm so happy with, and our little market thing, which kind of, or market, but this is like, you know, where you'd have like tools and stuff to go down. You can buy them here, or you just get set up with tools. Maybe I'll end up filling that with tools, or maybe I'll use it as like a mine storage. I know we have some barrels down here that we can use for that. So not a bad idea on like places to put things. And then this thing, very happy with how this turned out. It's exactly what I was picturing. Again, nothing super complicated, but it's nice and I like it. And you know, if it is what you want it to be, then it's a beautiful thing, isn't it? Yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up. I appreciate everybody that came along to watch, and I'm happy you guys, if you enjoyed it, you made it to the end. Leave a comment if you made it all the way to the end. That's a lot of time to watch a video, and some people actually do watch these videos to the entirety. So I appreciate you guys. Yeah, subscribe if you haven't. It really helps out a ton. And check out any of the other videos that are gonna pop up here in a second if you want to. If you're sleeping, good night. Not that you'll hear that. But yeah, thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.